Hello there, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Corey, and this is episode 1. Now, I'm kind of new to this whole podcast thing, obviously, because it is the first episode. But, I wanted to give it a shot. The date is May 31st, 2018. As of day of recording, depends on when I actually get this up and where. But today I'm talking with my brother Aaron, and we're just going over some of the latest news that have come out in the gaming world, and you'll find other topics on this podcast, talking about gaming, movies, sports, really anything. So yeah, thanks for joining, and we're gonna get into the podcast now. So did you see I showed you the Fallout trailer, right? There's a new announcement trailer. It's a Fallout announcement, and it's called Fallout 76.
No, I'm super excited about it. I mean, I've been stoked ever since I heard about it.
Really?
Which was nope.
Oh.
I really couldn't give two craps. I'm a little bit burnt out on it. But now that you talk about it, I do remember seeing it. And all I remember, the only thing that stood out to me on the video was the number 76. Everything else, I've forgotten. I don't know what the video was about. Something about,
I mean, there really wasn't much to it. I'm pulling it up now. There really wasn't much to it. It was just a teaser because, E3 is coming up. And so they're going to be showing more there. And from the sounds of things, I think it's going to be multiplayer.
Oh, whoa. Oh my God.
Well, but you got to remember.
Wait, this changes everything. I mean, this is going to be Game of the Year.
Well, I mean,
who cares?
It could be.
This is stupid.
It definitely could be. Well, you were a Fallout fan, though.
Yes, I was.
So why such hatred towards this?
Tired of it.
Okay.
That's really all it is. I'm just kind of.
I don't know, because you got to remember, I don't think this isn't Fallout 5, right? This is Fallout 76. It's kind of like Fallout New Vegas, right?
It's Fallout whatever. I don't care. It feels like the same exact thing to me.
It is. They're definitely repurposing the engines.
See, screw that. I'm not paying money for repurposed thing. And I've got a friend at work who was bugging the crap out of me about this. Oh, are you gonna nerd out with me when it comes out? I mean, look at the trailer. It's awesome. And I was like, dude, farthing, sweetheart, baby, is it gonna be the same exact type of Fallout, like the same exact
right
as before, or are they gonna put a new spin? Like, are they gonna at least have new hairdos? Something.
Well, here's the thing. With
shoes?
Fallout 4,
can you pick your shoes?
Well,
throw something new.
Me and you both
I want
agreed.
aliens. Where's the aliens?
There were aliens in Mothership Zeta. You remember that? Yeah, Fallout 3 DLC.
Yeah. No, I don't want the DLC.
You want a full in-space Fallout game?
Something. It doesn't have to be a full something new. Let's go Subnautica. Not a Subnautica DLC Fallout.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Here's what I know from it. According to the looking at the trailer here, there's a Pip-Boy. It's an early looking version of the Pip-Boy, and the date on it is 2102, the year, which is like right at the beginning. Or not right at the beginning, but it's a lot earlier than the other games. So I think what this might revolve around is this early vault opening. They might be the first vault that opens ever after the bombs.
Does anyone play the game for the story?
I mean, yeah, yes and no. The same,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I play it
sure?
I enjoyed the story of 4. I thought it was interesting and kind of new, and that was great. And me and you discussed it, I think. And
who's your favorite character in 4, and why?
Me. Well, first off, I haven't played it in a long time, so I can't really remember the characters.
Something tells me it's not that memorable if you don't remember.
Well, that's not exactly true. I mean, I sort of remember the story for Witcher 3, and that's in my top 5. best games ever. Um, but I mean, plus I got stuff going on, man. I can't recall everything that I play.
Casual gamer.
Yeah, exactly. The well, Fallout 4, we played it, or I played it, and I was like, okay, that's great. I enjoyed it. Do something different next time.
Yeah,
because it was pretty much an exact replica of 3, just with better graphics, different story.
Yes.
And
guess what? I liked 4. It was okay, but same complaint.
Right.
It was fun. I liked it. It's definitely Fallout. Give me a little bit something different.
Do something different.
But the one thing that they did a few things different in 4. I guess they did
a lot of things different.
Yeah,
but the base of it, the core of it, was all the same. Right. It was just a really good looking version of 3. It played the exact same. You could aim down sights now and stuff like that.
I think we're missing on the complaint now, because you can't get rid of the core of the game. It's just that keep expanding though, and there wasn't a whole lot of it. It expanded. It just didn't really go. I don't want to say it didn't go far enough for me. It just didn't go in the right direction for me.
Sure.
I didn't really care about building forts or whatever, or a city.
Yeah.
Or something. I didn't really care about that.
That was a cool idea, but yeah, I'm the same.
It was cool, and it was fun for 7-8 hours, but then it got to where I was like, okay,
yeah.
Okay, now what do I do with the city?
Right.
Now what do I do? And some bandits come around, they screw everything up. It's like, oh, okay.
Well,
I rebuild now. I fix it back up. And then no one attacks you for a while, and then I don't know. It just got to where the momentum of the game stopped somewhere for me. I can't remember what point of the game it was, but the momentum stops, and it's before the game's finished.
Right.
And it kind of killed it for me. But I did like the suit. Wasn't that the first time you could jump into the power suit, or am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But they did it in a different way. You could always put on power armor, but in this version, you put on the power armor and it's like an Iron Man suit. In the other one, it was just a piece of clothing, is what it seemed like.
Okay,
you
could
could just put the shirt on and you got big shoulder pads. In this one, you actually step into a suit and you need a fusion core to run it and stuff, and that was awesome.
And I loved that.
Yeah,
and that's fine. It's cool. Like, hey, that's great, and I enjoyed the game for several hours, but the replayability just wasn't there for me in 4. The others, I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you did, but I made several different characters, man.
Did you? For 4?
Yeah. Yeah, not 4. That's what I'm saying. The other one, Fallout 3.
Oh, Fallout 3. Yes. No, I loved Fallout 3. It was amazing.
Fallout 3 had so much replayability for some reason, and maybe 4, maybe it wasn't. Yeah.
It was new, and then they rode that and put it in Fallout 4. It's just a different location and newer visuals. I mean, that's really the only difference. I mean, they have, like you said, they have some newer things, like they can just do a lot more with the new consoles and PC and the engine that they're using and all that stuff. But for the most part, it's all the same. And that's why I'm kind of hopeful that they're still gonna announce a new Elder Scrolls, because this is not a mainline. I was watching an Angry Joe video, and he said the same thing. It's not a mainline Fallout game, so this could easily be, something that's kind of a side.
Filler.
Yeah, like a filler game. I mean, I know that New Vegas was kind of a filler game, but that was still a full thing.
Really? It was supposed to be a filler? I liked that game. I mean,
I couldn't get through it.
It wasn't the best. I couldn't get through it either. But I still, I ended up not getting through it, but still happy. It's
sure.
Okay, you know what? Hey, that's a great game. I'm not going to finish it, but hey.
Yeah.
Maybe on a rainy day I'll go back to it. But for 4, I don't have that. It's like I'm never touching that again. It's not because it's terrible. It's just like I can't. It's something about the Vegas idea that keeps drawing me back in. Like, oh yeah, it's nice. I like it.
So you like the setting? Setting's a
Yeah,
big
you know,
part for you.
I think that's fair, and that's yes.
Well, if
I
this
like
takes
the setting.
place, I'm pretty sure 76 was in Vault 76 was in Virginia or the DC area, which means that they would go back and Fallout has its fanboys. I'm more of a Skyrim or Elder Scrolls fanboy.
Oh yeah,
Love
we were talking about
Fallout.
that the other day.
I will probably play this Fallout, especially if it's multiplayer, depending on what it is. But if it's a new Elder Scrolls, if they come out, if for some reason at E3 they go, oh, and we're making a new Elder Scrolls, and here's a whatever for it, then I'd definitely freak out. I'll be pre-ordering immediately.
That raises a pretty good question that just popped up in my mind. I'm sitting here bashing the crap out of Fallout, and I'm trying to remember if we're being as fair to the Elder Scrolls games as we are Fallout. I'm trying to remember, and the Elder Scrolls game, they do make some pretty good vast changes each game, don't they?
Well, it's been Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. That's it. That's all that they've come out with in our. Now there's been multiple
and each one
Elder
had
Scrolls.
each one wasn't the exact same though. It was the same enough to be like, okay, it's Elder Scrolls, but they threw a whole bunch of different stuff into it, like the graphics for one of them.
Yes.
And the different ways of how the game is played, the skill trees and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm being fair here and not just biased.
Honestly, I think that Fallout 4, from 3 to 4, I think there was more change than from Oblivion to Skyrim. Only because there's big changes that they made in Skyrim, and that was, story doesn't really count because obviously you're going to get a new story, but the shouts, right? Like you have these shout powers.
So wait, you confused me here. You said Skyrim had more of a change than...
I think Fallout 4 had more of a change coming off of Fallout 3 than Skyrim did coming from Oblivion.
Really?
I think so.
Continue. I just wanted to make sure. I think you're wrong, but continue.
Well, the reason I say that is because, like you said, the core of the game is still there. It felt like Oblivion to me. I was like, oh, I'm back. We're back in this world of Elder Scrolls in a different region. They updated the visuals, obviously, and then they changed the story, of course. I think they made it way, way bigger, which they did the same for Fallout 4, I believe. And then they added like the shouts, and I think they added
dragons.
Okay, well, yeah, there's dragons, but that's just another enemy that you can fight, right? So they added a new enemy, and they've also added some animations when you like assassinate people and stuff like that. Other than that, it's kind of the same.
Skill tree was different, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think it was.
It had a different setup.
I think it was the same. Let me see. Let me look it up.
I think you're a Skyrim traitor.
No, definitely not. I will play Skyrim over Walter, who's not with us today, but will be doing this podcast regularly with me, I believe. He purchased the Skyrim Special Edition like yesterday. He's like, I gotta go back. He's like, I gotta go back in, and I was like, let's do it. Okay. Here's actually a difference between Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Major differences between Skyrim and Oblivion. All right, let's see what these guys. I don't think there's like an actual list.
He just talks about it. But the graphics were awesome. The game had its own language.
I really need to. What? I love when you like pull out deep nerd lore that no one has any idea.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
What's the battle cry from World of Warcraft that you shout? That I'm like, what's that? Like it always goes past people, and then they stop and they're like, was that World of Warcraft? Yes, it was.
I don't.
A Shalamore or what is it?
Oh yeah, a summer. Yeah, a Shama. Damn it! What is it? A summer, a Shamalore. Wait, no.
It works great when you're like
Salama Ashalanore. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just pull it out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the general differences. Attributes are different from Oblivion to Skyrim. Beast races, there's no restrictions on what you may wear based on race. Wow, this is like super in depth. It goes over general stuff. It goes over alchemy. Who took the time to do this? Combat.
Someone who has too much time.
But there is a vast difference between Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim. Like, Morrowind is the most different from the other two. Probably because it was older and they were super limited on what they could do.
Morrowind was like bare bones compared to Skyrim, man. I mean, you had it.
Well, sort of.
Just the animation of like swinging. It's like terrible. Like the character was like he would do nothing but stab.
Right. Well,
Didn't matter if it was an axe, a sword, a dagger.
But it had more things like right here it says skills. Like in Skyrim you can do things like smithing. And you can specialize in heavy armor and like one-handed and two-handed and stuff. In Morrowind, it's armor, athletics, block, heavy armor, medium armor, axe, blunt weapons, long blade. In Skyrim, it's more simplified. I think it's kind of the same thing. I think it just falls under the umbrella.
Okay, yeah, whatever. You're killing me. So there's tons of growth. We've gone through all the growth from Morrowind to Skyrim. Whatever. You're only proving my point. Now talk to me about Fallout 3 and 4 and the changes that you might see with the new one, or you might have already grasped onto with the new one.
Well, I think with the new one, as far as 76, I don't know, but with 4,
let's start there.
Just the mere fact that they added in the base game the ability to upgrade your base and all that stuff. It just shows that they're kind of leaning that direction. Now, Skyrim ended up having a build your own house homestead thing called Hearthstone, but that was a DLC that came way later. However, with Fallout, it was already in there, and they also did the power armor stuff, so they vastly changed that. I just feel like that if they keep going in the same direction, they could potentially have I don't know. I think that they have the ability to pull out some pretty amazing stuff if they want to.
Sure they do. It just depends on whether or not they will.
Yeah, this trailer didn't really show. I mean, it was a teaser, but still, it was kind of like, it doesn't really show anything that's going to be that new. Maybe it's because it's a teaser, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit at the trailer when I first turned it on because it's the same freaking tiresome.
Please stand by screen.
Yeah, it's not the please stand by. I like that one.
Oh,
it keeps showing the old timey radio. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's like a few thousand years or a few hundred years into the future, and they still have old timey stuff.
Well, that's just how they've. That's kind of like
zooming in on the radio. Stop it.
That's kind of like a what is it? That's kind of like
it's tradition. We started all our trailers like that.
Yeah.
Something new.
I mean, it's
Give me something new.
But it's a teaser, so the actual trailer might be different. The teaser is just to get you excited.
Yeah, so we're just gonna. It's fine. I'm hyped.
We can move on.
The same shit over and over again.
I think to be honest, I think it'll be interesting because if I play this, it'll be for the story. To be honest with you, because I'm interested. I would love to see what was.
Such a loser.
No. And here's the other thing too is I would like them to make a game that happened before and during the time that bombs drop, because there's a reason those bombs drop, and I don't think they really discuss it. And I think there's potential to have a good. Honestly, you could probably make a movie out of it. But anyway, we can move on from Fallout.
That would be a good movie. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, but they'll never make it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, whatever. One last tidbit on the Fallout games. I tell you, my excitement probably would skyrocket if they somehow brought back Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson. If they brought him back, it's like, yeah, I'm in. I don't even care. What? There's a story? I don't care.
I mean, I think they could potentially do that too.
They could, but Who knows? I might be the only person out there that even cares about Liam Neeson being in the game. I don't know. I
No,
loved him.
I
I
love him
loved him.
too. I
He didn't
always
even have a huge part in the game, but I don't know. There's something about chasing your father that sounds exactly like Liam Neeson that makes me happy. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was a very it kind of just hit at the right time with the story, the whole you've never been outside the vault and all of a sudden your dad goes missing and it's like, "Oh, now you have to venture out and find him." It's like this it's like, "Oh, well shit,
Yeah.
I don't know what's out there," sort of thing, and yeah, I don't know, it gets you going. It was definitely a good story choice. And Liam Neeson as the father is always a good choice, I think.
Oh yes.
He would probably even be good as the mother. Oh, Liam. Anyway, what's next? Battlefield 5. I'm probably going to talk about that for the next 5 months. It looks awesome. Can't wait. People are pissed.
The
but it
one
looks
that,
great.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what's funny is that everybody is getting upset about the authenticity. Not that it's inaccurate, but the authenticity. I don't really know
That
what the difference is.
What do they
I don't know.
What do they mean?
Well, it's just like the British woman beating a Nazi over the head with a cricket bat in barbed wire. It just ruins their immersion, but it's not really like, I don't know. It's never really been historically accurate. And besides, it's just showing off in this trailer, the reveal trailer. It's just showing off the customization options, basically. Because I thought it was campaign. I was like, oh, these are the main characters of the campaign or something. Just because of
me
how,
too.
yeah, just because of how different they looked.
How do you know that it's not the main characters?
Because it's been said.
Said by who?
By the developers and all that stuff.
They're lying to you.
They've got war stories, and they've discussed that the war stories is. Did you play? You played Battlefield 1 War Stories, right?
Yeah.
The solo stuff with the you play as the Australian sniper and.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that guy was awesome. But yeah, they've already discussed that there is war stories, and they're not going to go into depth on the single player just yet.
Yeah.
Therefore, what they showed us was multiplayer, and they talked about how you can change everything from your gender to facial hair, face paint, prosthetic arms, your shirt, your pants.
Yeah.
Tons of customization stuff. So at first I was like, I don't know why they have these weird. This does not look like World War II at all. There's like a dude which apparently there were guys who shaved their heads into mohawks in the Airborne that I didn't know about. But I was like, there's this guy. He's got like a tank top on and he's smoking a cigarette while he's dolphin diving, shooting a M240. And he looks like Kratos from God of War. But what that is them showing off. Oh yeah, these are the different looking characters that you could potentially make.
Yeah.
Because Jack Frags released a video, and it's like 30 minutes long, and it's essentially going over. He goes, the trailer that was shown is not representative of the actual game, because he's actually seen it. He had a 3-hour behind the scenes look. Him and a few other creators had behind the scenes look at it. He said the game is actually way slower than what's shown in the trailer. Because the trailer makes it kind of look like Call of Duty, know, and it's all bright and colorful and stuff. And
whatever. That's just a bunch of nerd guys. Oh, I don't want to Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I don't want. Shut up. just.
I agree.
Stop it.
I was like,
don't be.
I was so excited when I saw it.
The only thing they were missing in the trailer was jumpsuits and the little jetpack stuff. I bet you they're gonna do that too. they're Call of Duty copycats.
Oh.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's always the worst when they go, oh, rip Battlefield when the new Call of Duty. I don't know. There's whoever still argues
that. It looks too much like NASCAR. You don't know what you're saying.
Oh.
You have no idea. Gosh.
But there's so much more that I can't wait. They're going to show off the multiplayer and stuff later, but
Yeah, like I don't know yet. Look, I'm actually I'm not super hyped for it. I'm
I
kind of
am.
excited for it. I would like to play it. I think it's cool that they've got this customization stuff that you can do. I kind of like the idea of running around with a robot hand or whatever.
Sure.
But as far as the trailer goes, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Probably a bad move on their part to just
That's what
kind
they're
of
saying.
throw out a trailer that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with how the game is played.
Yes.
Um, and then when people freak out, they're like, "Oh, well, it's just to show." No, it's just to show it off. That's not a main character. It's like, why?
And they don't really
I,
focus on that. They just show it. So again, probably because
I
it's
wish
a
I
teaser.
could believe them though. I wish I could believe them. Be like, oh yeah, obviously they were just trying to show it off. But I feel
Right.
like if that was the case, it would have been a little bit more obvious, because you're not the only one that thought these were the main characters, or this was like, I was like, oh, this is the campaign.
Right.
And for it to be so like wrong to be like, oh no, it's not the campaign, it's something completely different that has nothing to do with how the game is played. We're just kind of showing you what it might look like. Please still buy it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it.
Well,
So.
the
But I'm still excited to play it. The trailer doesn't ruin anything for me. I just think it was a dumb move on their part.
Right.
But again, how would they have known that people were gonna get ticked? I don't know. There's two different sides of it. One, it's just a game.
Yes.
Whatever. Let's go shoot stuff. Two, it's about a war. That I mean, you can't just throw in British white chicks with metal arms and say, hey, this is World War II game.
Right.
Please buy it. We're going to make it as accurate as we can. Yeah, people are going to be pissed. Sorry.
Well, I mean, and they never claimed to be accurate. They even came out and they were like, well, and there's
then why
times.
call it World War II?
Well, it's just called Battlefield 5, and it takes place in World War II. And they do have some things that are accurate. Like their accuracy is a lot like, oh, okay, this multiplayer map takes place in this section of the world. In this section of the world, at this time during the war, these two factions would be the ones fighting each other. That's about the extent of their accuracy. It'd be like, oh, okay, so in Italy or in the Europe area, it would probably be the British forces versus the Germans. That's that was pretty much it. They're just giving us more things to customize with, which I'm fine with. I don't give two craps if there's chicks in it. Just don't. I mean,
I don't either. I want my chick to have angel wings and robot legs.
Right. Like,
and I want her to have two horns on the front of her head and mohawk and earrings. And I'm gonna run around in a
That'd be
World
awesome.
War II battlefield.
Yeah.
Just like that. And
exactly.
I'm gonna have a good time.
Sure. I'll probably make.
My daughter's gonna watch it, and she's gonna say, "Did that really happen in World War II?"
No.
And I'm gonna say, "Yes, sweetheart. There's a bunch of ladies with horns on their heads and angel wings running around with their robot legs."
I mean, there's a big argument that people got into. They're like, whatever happened? Games used to be historically accurate, and now there's people doing like jumping midair and turning around and shooting people, and that's just not historically accurate. And really, if you think about it, the first Call of Duty, if you look at the hardware that they had to work with compared to now, you bet your butt they're like, what? We can make people run on walls now? Frickin' put it in. Like they were probably historically accurate because that helped the experience of you doing one thing, which was running on the ground, looking different areas, and pushing a button to shoot somebody. That's all you did for like 14 hours or whatever. Now, they've got so many different things you can do. The visuals on it are like crazy. Now you can do things like, well, not so much anymore because people complained, but they had it to where you can wall run and double jump and all that stuff. And that's because they're trying to make it new and fresh and all that stuff because they're tired.
It's not realistic.
They made those games like over, and there's like 16 Battlefield games. 16. And they're probably like, we're really tired of making the same game.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. So when it comes to Battlefield 5, I can't wait. I am just flabbergasted that people are so upset about the trailer. It's like, good Lord, just get over it, man. I mean, we're going to see the gameplay, and the gameplay is going to be awesome. I guarantee you, I will not be disappointed. I have no doubt. So,
Yeah, I mean, I can understand being angry about it, but I can't understand how they... I don't know. They're acting like one trailer and the game's ruined.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
like, dude,
they know everything about it.
Are you serious? One trailer doesn't...
They know
like,
everything.
please.
They're like, well, not buying that. It's like, you don't even know what that is.
Exactly. It's like, just wait a little bit longer, okay? Just hang in there. It'll be okay. You don't have to put, a dragon tail on your character if you don't want to. I will. If they have dragon tails on there, I'm gonna be running around with it. If they have special effects of fire flowing around the guy, as if he's like torch or the Human Torch or something, throw whatever you want in there. I don't care.
That's awesome.
I'm just gonna do it just to tick some people off. But yeah, I mean the trailer thing. How could you have known people were gonna be ticked off like that?
Hey,
Obviously, now that it's out, they should have just done the same old bull crap, I guess.
Yeah.
That people, why?
Well, and that's the thing is Jack Frags in his video, he said, I didn't think it was a good trailer because after what I saw in the 3-hour briefing and what they showed was like two totally different things. And it's because the trailer's supposed to reel you in and go, look, hey, they're dangling the keys in front of you, right? They're going, hey, look over here. And so that when you go, oh, wow, that looks awesome, dude. And then they actually show what it is, now you're engaged. But now, people are looking at the keys going, that car looks like crap. And it's it's not a car,
little
dude.
Little did they know the keys are actually a turd they were dangling. And they didn't know it until like, you're holding a turd in front of my face. It stinks.
Okay, so, I mean, there's but here's the thing. You can build up your base in this game. Fortification system is a new thing. It says every soldier that hits the battlefield with a toolkit now. So instead of the gas mask like in Battlefield 1, you have a toolkit. You can use that toolkit in set locations, especially around capture points, to build resupply stations, sandbag walls, barbed wire fences, tank deterrents, foxholes, all kinds of stuff is what it's saying. So
I can see a lot of people rage quitting from that.
From what? From building up defenses?
No, from teammates who either don't know how to do it or suck at it.
Oh, you're talking about working as a squad and they don't do crap. Yes. No, sure, yeah.
Because there's going to be people out there that play Battlefield 5 that, are probably going to be playing it by themselves. Not everyone has a huge group of friends they're going to play with. So they're going to play by themselves. They're going to get in a squad, and it's going to be a squad of people that just... It's the same squad you jump into every time when you're by yourself. It's the people that don't know what they're doing. And they've died 30 times. They've got one kill.
Their microphone is on, and it's like, shut up.
The microphone is on, and all it sounds like is... And you're trying to go and capture the enemy flag, but your buddy has accidentally cordoned it off with his defensive things.
Well, I'm sure that they're not going to make... It's not going to be like Minecraft where you can just build whatever. Yeah,
exactly. So. They're probably going to be smarter about it. I am going to laugh hysterically if my vision of some of the issues with that happen. Right. I can see memes popping up left and right in my mind. Well, with people being able to fortify their own stuff with a toolkit that they can just place stuff around wherever they want. I think.
It's not wherever they want. It's set locations.
Set locations. Okay, yeah. So maybe it'll be controlled, but I can still see it happen. I don't know. That's
sure. Well, it'll probably be like, hey man, build up some sandbags while I get on this AA gun or whatever, and then they don't do it or.
And he's gonna build the sandbag into a dick.
No, it's like set up. It's gonna basically be you hold square or whatever, and
that's all.
Yeah, it just builds up the
It
fortification.
builds itself. Well, whatever.
Yeah,
Screw that then.
I'm
Nothing
not-
bad's gonna happen now.
Yeah,
Dang
no,
it.
it'll be fine. But that's probably what the conversation that they had when they were coming up with this system. They're like, okay, so we need to just have it to where people can just build defenses. It's like, well, there are a bunch of idiots out there, and they're probably gonna start drawing dicks with our stuff, so probably shouldn't do that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
so
right. They're trolls. We don't want them drawing boobies with
yeah,
sandbags.
yeah, they figured that one out. They thought that through. But
Well,
there's
how are we gonna fix that? Well, let's just make them hold the button down. It'll do it for them.
yeah, which is fine.
Oh,
but,
good idea.
well, in the other games, you couldn't do that at all. And I think it's awesome because eventually, they talked about Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I was, after a while, I was like, man, I really wish that we had Battlefield Bad Company 2 destruction in this game. And the reality is, when you have the huge amount of destruction, eventually there's no more cover. There's nothing to hide behind. It's just flat land, and it's just not that. It's not fun that way. It is fun to blow stuff up, but they've changed so much stuff where they were talking about if a tank shoots, you'll know how a tank shot through a house. So say there's a house, right?
There will be a big hole.
There'll be a big hole, but the debris will shatter inward if it's shot from the outside. If it's shot from the opposite side of the house and it goes in, say someone shoots a missile through a door and it hits the back wall, the debris will shoot outward and you'll be able to see that bloom or whatever. Yeah, so there's like a ton of stuff that they're bloom. When tanks drive through, the dirt and the dust is going to fall on the tank from the, and if a house is getting messed up, paintings and stuff will start to fall off over time because, so there's like tiny little details that they're doing now. One of my personal favorites right now is you can drag down teammates. So say you get shot in the face, I run out and grab your body, and I'm running to cover, and then I throw you down, and then I can revive you. Because the ragdolls, the dead bodies are now server side. So that means everybody sees them the same way. So like, whenever something crazy would happen, someone gets blown into the wall and they're like going all, spaghetti arms and stuff. And I'm like, oh, hey, come look at this. But you can't see the same thing I'm seeing. Is because in Battlefield 1, it was client side. In all Battlefields, it was all client side. Now, the dead bodies are server side. So everybody sees the same thing. So with that, they can now have it to where, I'm just going to run over and drag him by the legs and bring him over to this cover and then revive. Which anybody can do now.
Is that only when the guy dies, or are there going to be moments where you're wounded?
You're
laying there waiting for someone to come pick you up.
That is a thing that they talked about because there's going to be a moment where you're downed. And I can't remember if this is a perk or not. I can't remember. But you get shot and you're sitting there and you can look all around 360 degrees and you can hit a button to call for help. And then you go, help, please, I'm bleeding out. And I think people can come over and they can revive you or heal you. But I don't know if they can pick you up or not. If they could, that would be awesome. Because I know for a fact that
Fireman carry.
Well, yeah, I would grab your body, and as I'm running, you're still hitting the help me, button. But
I would love for them to do it just like that one game that we played, like Chivalry, where you run around with me on your shoulders, like yes.
Yeah, that would probably only be for PC, but yes. Oh man, that stuff. That was some of the funniest stuff.
No.
No. But yeah, it says, what's the other thing? Squad leaders, you can drag down teammates. Anybody can revive you now. So, even if you're not a medic, you run over to somebody and everything is physical now. So, beforehand, if somebody was running low on ammo, you throw down an ammo box and they run over and they sit on it or they stand near it and they get ammo. Now, it's not like that. Now you set down an ammo box. Your character runs over. You hit a button. He bends down, picks up a thing of ammo, and puts it on his person. Oh. Same thing with health. Same thing. Everything in this is what they're saying. Is they go over and they complete that action. And I think that's super awesome. Makes it more immersive.
See, with all the stuff you're talking about, it just makes the trailer sound even dumber.
Well,
Why not show that stuff off?
They did.
I don't get.
Rewatch it, because they did. And the only thing is, they don't tell you that that's what they did. Now, to the people who know about these features and they watch it, they go, oh, yeah, okay, I see. The guy throws him a thing of ammo, and he catches it with his hand, right? And he goes, thanks. And he puts it, you can see they're building sandbags. He jumps over a thing, and there's like, what's the other thing? You can now go prone on your back and fire. So you're laying down and you're shooting while you're on the ground facing the opposite direction. And even as you're crawling backwards, you're shooting. And, I was like, oh, wow, that's awesome. And I was watching the trailer. That's all in the trailer. The guy picks up a grenade and throws it back. That's huge. And then the character in the trailer jumps on his back and starts shooting at the grenade, which then explodes midair and kills a plane. Which is a little ridiculous, of course, but it's Battlefield. That's just kind of the crap that happens.
I don't care. You're not going to hear me complain about something that's not realistic.
Right, yeah.
It's a game.
I think it's awesome. And I was like, that's what I'm talking
about. When we talk about movies, if we're going to watch a movie, it better be damn realistic, but video games.
Right. Well, and that's like, oh, man. I got so excited because I was like, oh, my gosh, he just shot a grenade in the air. And you can shoot him in the air. If an enemy throws a grenade at you, right? If they see you and they throw it right at you, you can grab it from midair and throw it back at them. So there's like so many different.
That seems a little unfair. There's gonna be some rage quitters there. You know that.
No.
That one will be a rage. Yes.
Well, don't.
Every time I throw a grenade, I get blown up because it catches the damn thing and throws it at me. This game sucks.
Honestly, look, if they want to rage quit because of that, that's fine. I don't want to play with them. But the.
Well, no, I'm saying it's not going to be a bad thing. I don't think it'll hurt the game. It'll just make me laugh.
Oh, I think it'll be hilarious. There's so many things that they're showing that they're saying we can do in this that I'm just like, that's going to be hilarious.
I can't wait for the 13-year-olds to.
No, I know.
Show their videos of them screaming and going insane and.
Yeah.
Why is he catching my grenade?
Surely not.
This game is not realistic.
Oh yeah. Well, they have.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Wouldn't be surprised.
The massive explosions now physically knock your character down if they don't kill you.
Ooh.
So that's shown in the trailer. So like this huge missile comes in, which can be called in by the squad leader now because the squad leader has a bigger role, and it hits and then it explodes and then people go flying. And that's what they're saying. They're like, that was in one of the what was it in the release? I think Jack Frags covered it. He's like, yeah, you'll be physically moved by explosives and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, wow, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm hyped for it. I'm excited. I'm ready to see more gameplay. Pretty much my entire YouTube channel is me doing Battlefield stuff. So.
Speaking of the trailer, I've just seen this one part where the British one-handed lady is in the back of the vehicle and they're driving and they're going under this bridge and her car falls down.
Yes.
Do you think that's in the game? Obviously, that's in the game.
I mean, maybe.
Everything else is. Oh, when you're crawling on your back, that's in the game. Oh, when you get knocked
They've
down,
confirmed that, though.
It's in the game and it's in the trailer. Oh, when you see the tank rolling to the left on the grass, yeah, it's in the trailer because that's in the game. So, if I buy the game and I don't see any cars falling from the ceiling,
you're definitely gonna find cars flying in the air. That is absolutely a Battlefield thing.
No, I did not say flying in the air. I said falling from a bridge.
You said falling from the ceiling.
I meant bridge. If I don't see that, then the trailer lied.
I'm telling you, if you want the full rundown, go to Jack Frags' 30-minute video and watch it, because he goes over everything that he knows and that they showed him.
I'm not that concerned about it. I just want to play.
I'm ready to play it
and shoot stuff. It's fun time. I don't.
I remember we played the beta for Battlefield 1. We just rode around on the horse the whole time. in the desert.
Oh yeah, man. You remember how glitchy that was? I was killing so
It was
many
terrible.
people.
Yeah, it was
I wasn't
really...
even. I was like 5 feet away from them. The tip of the sword was 5 feet away from them as I swung. It's like, ding!
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
you were
yeah,
rocking him. It was
I'm pretty good.
the horse was so broken. It was so broken because it took 50
OP.
men to bring it down. And
That
it's
horse is so OP.
yeah, there's all kinds of memes about it where the
I shot it with a sniper and nothing happened.
Oh man, those were the good old days. But anyway, all right. Well, that's enough of Battlefield 5. Unless you want to discuss it more.
No, I'm pretty much done.
Okay. We could talk about Call of Duty. Call of Duty's got a battlegrounds, a battle royale mode coming out.
Well, what? God.
I know.
Before we get into,
We don't have to talk about that.
we can, but let's take one quick break from video game chit chat. I want to ask you about a movie.
Okay.
Actually, it's God, I can't remember the name. I think it's called Coco. Have you heard of that?
Oh, for Pixar.
Yeah. How long ago did that come out?
It's been a while.
Is it new?
No, it is not new.
Okay, I saw it for the first time
I haven't seen it.
yesterday. It drove me nuts.
It came out in 2017.
Okay, so not too long ago.
So last year.
Drove me absolutely nuts. My wife and daughter love it.
Yeah. Well, it's Pixar.
It's not the Pixar that she
She likes
hates those movies
Oh. Well, why does she like it so much?
because it was her life.
She went to the land of the dead.
She grew up with that. No, she grew up with,
The culture.
yeah, she grew up around the people that, the grandmoms that take off their shoes and beat you with them or whatever.
Right.
But I have to say, if you haven't seen it, don't watch it. It
It
drove
looked good.
me nuts.
It's
I
got,
did,
I
the
mean,
beginning is fine. As soon as he crosses to the underrealm, it's like, okay, that's weird. I'll still stick with it. It drives me absolutely bonkers. The good guy gets his butt handed to him throughout the entire movie. And I'm sticking with it. I was like, okay, yeah, fine. I get it. Underdog. He's gonna come back. Like 3/4 of the movie's done, and it's like they're not giving this guy a break. I can't take this anymore. I'm miserable. I can't finish the movie. I cannot believe our 1 year and a half daughter is watching this and she loves it.
I mean, she just. I mean,
I just had to get that off my chest. It made me.
Pixar. Look, Pixar and kids, they've got that down to a science, man. They know what to do to keep those kids' attention. I mean, I'm an adult and they keep my attention. I could absolutely hate that whole movie through and through, but I won't take my eyes off the screen. It's just like there's something about it.
I had to. I thought it was going to be a musical.
Was it not?
But it's no.
Oh.
No, there's hardly any music in it. There's a few songs near the beginning where they're talking to you about one of the characters whom I loved and adored, but because I'm looking at it going, yes, that is a man.
Right.
I love him. Yes, good character. And then you go through it, it's like, okay, well, that happened.
Yeah.
And hardly any music. The next song that you get to hear is the kids singing, and it's terrible. In the Poco Loco. It's like, Jesus, why?
I'm gonna have to watch it. We're gonna have to see it now.
Yes, watch it. We'll talk about it again, and you can tell me how it ends. I just wanted to get off my chest. I watched it for the first time last night. I went to bed.
You didn't watch it to the end?
And said, no! I went to bed in such a foul mood. I was tired. I was watching it only because Madison was watching it.
Yeah.
And she ended up falling asleep. And I guess I had that moment where I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. And I look at the clock. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm three-quarters of the way done with the movie. I'm like, I'm a miserable wreck right now. I'm not even. No, I'm not having fun with this movie. I'm done.
That's hilarious.
This is stupid.
Wow.
When you watch it, I'll tell you which part it was that I stopped watching. Because
Okay.
it just Yeah.
I'll see if I can
Thank
find
you
it online for free.
Yes. Yes.
Instead of paying
Yes. Do
for
it
it.
for free.
I'm
Thank
not
you
gonna-
for listening to my to me venting because I needed to get it off my chest because of how disturbed I was and disappointed.
Nothing disturbs me more than a little Mexican boy and his grandmother.
Una poco loco.
Okay, I think that's a good place to end. But okay,
It's a great movie.
that's a great. That I want to get that now. But okay, I don't really know how to close this out. I guess. Yeah, that'll do. Thanks for listening.